We all have gone to school, or maybe you are still in there. Maybe you're having a wonderful time, or maybe not. For me, school was a weird experience of life. My grades were awful and my life too. I had some poopy friends, but I could forget everything thanks to the online games. But if school taught me something, it was that
a train that travels at the speed of light at 3.40 light years, a seagull at 2 meters high flight in the opposite direction at 20 kilometers per hour poops in the direction of hitting a pilot glass that is 1.23 high, while a dog at some point somewhere is staring at you and Larry eats 2 hungry apples. How much it will take the poop to hit the glass?
the answer is school sucks! But do you know what sucks even more? Your university experience! Yeah, university, the place where being sleep deprived and penniless is cool! You want to get the highest rate? Then you gotta carry your poopy classmates! You get into our school and like anime? Well, they will tell you anime is trash and so you too! University! But you know what? Let me tell you about some poopy story with poopy people that I met in the university. After I graduated from school, I studied 3 careers, all about art or design, but I'm going to tell you my experience from bad to worse.
Illustration!
The second career I studied. I don't have much to complain about this one. The teachers were nice, I got some awesome friends, but my classmates were a little bit immature and skateboard in the classroom while we were working with ink.
Animation!
The third career. Animation. What a place. It was just this year that I dropped the animation school. Let me tell you why. I went to live in another city because the university I choose teach animation for longer than the other. And it's the same university where I studied the other careers, but just in a different city. The problem was that I had to do at least 50% of the group project works. The university didn't let me take some assignment because there were no place for me. So I had to wait for next year to take the assignment or study the assignment with the 3 other school guys that was like being in a classroom with monkey and makeup. And in the second and last semester of animation, I lost 6 weeks of classes because the teacher who taught us character design went to a convention in Paris, then went to more conventions here in Chile, then his wife had a baby, and while he had the free baby week, OBJECTION! He did a freaking workshop the same day and time that we have classes with him.
Fashion design!
The first career I studied, and the worst for far. This career was a toxic place, full of envy and jealousy. It was terrible. We have only one male teacher that was always trying to take advantage from the girls so he could touch them in places. And he even told a classmate, "Hey Cleo, when are you going to the catwalk as the dental floss tiny bikini, huh?" But nobody said anything to him. Things were just like that. Deal with it. A teacher laughed at me because I was the only one that drew. But I like anime and I draw like that. And she started telling me, "Anime girl, stop drawing anime!" in her art classes. But the worst and most mean person was my dressmaking teacher. Yeah, she loathed me because I wasn't the best at sewing, and I was also fat like an obese rabbit that eat because hadn't anything more to do, and that made her even madder at me. So she took the opportunities to say awful things to me, always scold me for no reason, and even one day, while I was working in her class, she told me that I was way too fat and disgusting, and that I had to hide my huge belly with a corset. But that's not all. It gets worse. I was working on my project for the child clothes with the same teacher. It was a blue denim overall with the Lampy Space Princess embroidered. I went to ask the teacher how to do something. After I came back, I couldn't find the pants of my overall. I searched everywhere but I just couldn't find it. Before I left the classroom, this teacher said really loud, "You see, girls? That's what happened to the girls that are late in their projects." The next day, I bring the project anyway. I tried to finish it with my tears and the fabric I had, but my sewing machine stopped working. And one classmate that was one of the few people in that classroom that I knew came to me and laughed at my face, telling me, "Oh, yesterday you almost cried in the classroom because you couldn't find it. I almost see you crying there." The teacher failed me, and after that day, I left fashion school. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this video, you can watch the others that I had in my channel, and if you like them all, you can subscribe. It will be a huge help for me to grow up and do more videos like this. So that's all for today. Con Inglia over and out. Bye bye!